Review and reviews.
Are you guys ready for a great show?
Yeah!
How are you feeling it tonight? We got DJ, we got Mike. Together, these guys are the perfect combination. These guys are peanut butter and chocolate, like a Reese's peanut butter cup. DJ, with his big words, coming from university. Mike Perkins, also going to college in America. It's very evident that those two educations are not equal. DJ teaching Mike what these words mean. Also, when you put them together, they're sort of like Goodwill Hunting. You know, you got the East Coast accent and the really smart words. When you put them together, it's like the sequel. It feels really good to listen to. It'll get you through some hard times. Turn them on the radio, listen to them while you're cooking. It'll make you feel better every time. Let's give it up for the men who have created over 50 episodes of the greatest podcast known to mankind. DJ Demers and Mike Perkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yes!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Mark Sipka, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark
You're so welcome.
Oh yeah, we can't get the mics too
Don't
close.
get too close. Don't cross the streams.
Don't get too close.
Don't do it.
Now, you guys, we can't start this podcast without the golden voice from above.
It's true.
We need
It's
it.
true. It would be wrong without it. So I say we give a warm welcome to the voice behind the greatest theme song in podcast history. Match! Aquino, ladies and gentlemen!
Yes!
Okay, Magdalene Aquino, my beautiful wife.
Theme song.
Start us off with the theme song for reviewing reviews.
Review and review and review and review and reviews.
Oh my, I got chills right
Oh
now.
yeah,
Come on!
thank you.
Come for Matt.
Matt, thank you so
Oh
much.
my God!
Thank you. Our first live recording of reviewing reviews,
Yes.
Mike.
We usually shake, but let's hug it out, dude. This is.
You want to hug it?
Let's hug it. Come on, baby. Come on. 52 episodes, baby. This is
52.
the end of season 1.
When you hug now, it's got a lot more meaning in the current climate we live in. It used to just be like, hey, you know, we're good friends now. It's
Yeah.
like, I would fucking die for you,
It's
bro.
like we're raw dogging the hugs. Yeah, we're getting in there. I'm just doing it.
Episode 52, and we're here at the Bunker in
Yeah.
Burbank. A great venue, man. If you guys are in the LA area, you got to come to the Bunker. They have live comedy shows, and the Bunker is also a pretty appropriate name for the climate we're finding ourselves in.
That's
right
why we
now.
decided to record at the Bunker.
Yeah,
When
everybody's
the shit
very
goes
safe
down,
in here
we're
right
gonna
now.
be here. But yeah, they have shows every Friday and Saturday night.
Do they?
Yeah, every Friday and Saturday night here. Aaron Maliner, give it up for him.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He's so handsome.
He's so handsome. He's so pretty. Him and Richard Sarvate run this place, and
It's a great spot.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
great.
good in here. I feel safe. I feel warm.
I feel
I
safe.
feel like I'm ready for laughter and good times as well.
It was weird this time. They actually did like padlock and lock the doors for us because the
Yeah, it's
pandemic
weird.
happened.
It was a little disconcerting in the beginning, but I guess rules are rules.
It was like review it. It was like, what happened? Are we in here right now?
Nobody goes anywhere.
Get the fuck out
Because
of
they
here.
were just unloading copious amounts of toilet paper. Like, I don't know if we need that much toilet paper,
Yeah.
but okay.
So much sanitizer.
Today, for the 52nd episode, 1 year
52nd.
of episodes, we are going to be looking at a institution here in Burbank. Have you ever heard of the Smokehouse Restaurant, Mike?
I have not. No.
The Smokehouse Restaurant, if you watched
I
Larry...
have not.
If you
Please,
watch
tell me.
Larry Sanders, did you ever watch Gary
Yeah.
Shandling's show, Larry Sanders?
Yeah.
Yeah, his Rip Torn's character would always be like, hey, let's go to the Smokehouse. It was like an iconic institution. I think it came around in like the 40s or something. I would know
Okay.
more if my internet was working, but your hotspot you were lending me is currently out of service.
Oh, it's not working right now?
I'm just looking at that weird little dinosaur that tells you there's no internet
Is it
on
really not
Google
working?
Chrome. I don't know why they chose the dinosaur as that symbol, but...
Go back to settings and or your Wi-Fi settings. Go to iPhone.
Yeah, it's still not there, but let me tell you a bit more here on our very first live recording of reviewing reviews about
I think the world's ending. I think that's what happened. I think the Wi-Fi signals.
The Smokehouse has been around for a while, Mike.
Here it is, right here on the screen.
I mean,
ladies
you're
and
on the
gentlemen.
page right now. You're looking at it. I don't need
Yeah.
internet. I think the 40s. Double check that, but it's been around. Like, I mean, Dean Martin used to come here. Frank Sinatra.
No way.
The Warner Brothers studio
that out.
tour will often talk about it and kind of big it up, so people go over there.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of many people, you'll see in these reviews where they're like, Warner Brothers told me this place was going to be awesome, and it's a dump because its best days seem to be behind it. By what a lot of the reviews are saying, but it was iconic, and it's been coasting on that iconography.
See, a lot of places in LA are like that. Like I went to when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. I went to the El Coyote. That's where they hang out and stuff.
Yeah.
And the place was like packed because of Quentin Tarantino's movie, but it was a shithole. You know, it was just like nothing to El Coyote, ladies and gentlemen. But it's
Shots
just
fired.
It was just like, and there was like $12 for a taco. You know, it's just they were like, and they had like they were selling T-shirts and stuff. So like they're one of the places that have been around forever that wasn't really doing good, and because of that they got like pumped up. So this place probably been around forever.
It's been around.
Larry Sanders pumped it up.
Yeah, but I think even when Larry Sanders was talking about it, it was already a joke because it was already past its prime. So I think that was kind of they were poking fun at the fact that Rip Torn's character even wanted to go there. It's also in La La Land.
Oh, no way.
So people were like, oh, we got to go
what
see
a movie.
Great movie. Great. Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, those two.
Oh
they
my
should
God.
sign a contract where they just have to do 20 movies together.
Yeah.
'Cause every time.
Just the elegance and like magicalness. Magicalness?
Magicalness.
I went to
think-
college, you went
I
to
think that's the
university.
word, yeah.
We figured out the top. The magicalness? They have magicalness, DJ.
No, it was definitely a beautiful scene in that movie. But the thing about like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is they use these old restaurants because they still look old as shit.
Yeah.
They're easy to film in because they haven't upgraded. So you shouldn't expect too much when you go to these places. But let's get into the reviews. Oh, also Ben Affleck's production company is called Smokehouse.
Oh, no way.
So seemingly he named it after Smokehouse restaurant.
No shit.
But again, a lot of people are like, oh, the Warner Brothers studio tour told me this is Ben Affleck's favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
There's no way this is Ben Affleck's favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Even this, I bet you he named it after the Smokehouse as a joke.
Yeah.
You know
exactly,
what I mean?
Yeah. But Smokehouse has such a different meaning to it's not just because of the restaurant too though.
What's the meaning?
You know, like isn't like you can get like a smokehouse burger from places and stuff? Like smokehouse is like a generic term.
That's true.
You
yeah.
know?
But I mean, it's probably more likely he named it after the Hollywood Burbank institution rather than just a general smokehouse burger.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, I mean.
Yeah. I used to work at Applebee's as we talked about, so I had the smokehouse burger. And people would always ask me questions of that. And they'd be like, how's the smokehouse burger made? And I'm like, well, it's smoked in-house. You know, I never knew what to say.
I never know how anything's made.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally I'll read something and it's just how tasty it sounds. Like smokehouse sounds tasty.
It
I don't
sounds
need to
good.
know more than that.
Yeah.
Like whenever they say salmon was on a plank, I'm like,
What?
planks are delicious, man.
Plank of salmon?
Yeah, you know.
Can you get a plank of salmon at the smokehouse?
They put salmon on planks, right? Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I see plank, I'm like, I'm in, man.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
Give me that plank of salmon. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have salmon, but can you serve it on a plank for me, please? I
Yeah,
need the,
but for real, I'd pay
need the
extra
plank.
money for that.
I need the plank of salmon.
They often undercook the salmon here at Smokehouse, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The running.
It's because they're not
theme of
using a
this-
plank. Are they using a plank?
They might. I don't know. Whatever
It's all
they're
about the
doing.
plank. It's all about the plank, baby.
Literally every complaint about the meat is like people are like, it's like they did the opposite of how I asked my meat to be done. Like everyone's like, I asked for it rare and it was well done, or I asked for it well done and it's pretty. We'll see. These are mainly negative reviews because they're most of the reviews on this. But what is it overall, Mike? We're gonna use your internet.
So overall, is it working for you? You want to go on your Wi-Fi real quick?
It's still not working, but you're pulling it up. On
Hey,
the
we got a big
anyway.
screen here for our lovely audience right here.
Yeah.
This is the Smokehouse Restaurant. It's getting a 3.5 stars out of 1,349 reviews. It is right here in Burbank on Lakeside Drive.
3.5 stars. You know I'm pretty picky with reviews.
yeah.
I'm not going to a restaurant that's 3.5. I've been here, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would give it about a 3.
Did you get a plank
I'd give
of
it a
salmon?
2.5, I think.
Did you get a plank of salmon?
No, I don't know if they have the plank, Mike, but I did make a note of it on the way out. I said, you guys really could use some planks in here. They're famous for cheesy garlic bread, which is never what you want to be famous for as a steakhouse.
Yeah, I guess.
You would hope
but
it'd be
that's like a
famous for
big
your
sell,
steak.
though. Cheesy garlic bread?
Yeah, but you'll see some people are like, why the hell is this? I think here's another problem I have with restaurants or businesses in general. There's nobody monitoring or policing when you say you're world famous for something. You can slap world famous on a menu and nobody's coming in. There's no world police that are like, hey,
I'll tell you
that's
what,
not
though.
actually world famous.
I'll tell you what, though. We're at the world famous bunker right now, recording live, baby. That's what we're doing.
You see how easy it is to throw it around?
Yeah, world famous, baby. You know what's cool too? Going back to that is this is the first ever podcast recorded in the bunker.
Oh, baby.
That's true. That's big news.
Come on.
It's pretty awesome in here.
So what do you think? Want to get into the first review?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Okay.
it. You doing
and,
the first one?
I'll be reading it. I'll have to read it off that screen over there, but that's
Okay,
fine
great.
because it's nice and big. This is Dirk Diggler, I imagine, based on the picture, which is a
Big plank of salmon he's got. I'll tell you that much.
Mark Wahlberg, man, even in a small photo on Yelp there, his manliness just, protrudes right off the screen. Look at him. Him as Dirk Diggler, what a movie. Okay, this is a 1-star review from Dirk D, based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's left 82 reviews, so, this ain't his first rodeo. This was on March 15th, 2015. And Dirk D said, "Why is this place crowded and dark? You guessed it, so you can't see the food. The music is so loud, so you can't complain about it. Why was the waitress wearing all black? So she can hide and not take your order." Had been here once before and it was great. This return visit was just tragic. I wanted to join Marv on stage and tell everyone that Soylent Green is made from people. I don't know what that means.
It's a great movie, yeah.
Oh, really?
What a name drop, yeah.
Oh, okay. In addition, it was real joy to experience the 20-something PAs hitting on whatever moved in the bar. A quick piece of advice. They should be scouting the cougars bathing in the river of Chanel number 65 sitting behind me. They are ready for action. I guess these youngins were trying to pull a Leonard, Raj, and Howard at the Cheesecake Factory, only to be shut down. Where is Keith Hernandez when you need him for a pep talk? I know he is not eating here. A better choice is the claim jumper. I mean, this guy's like 89 years old, right? All of those references were at least 30.
Leonard, Raj, and Howard?
Who are they?
Yeah.
Leonard. Anybody in the audience know Leonard, Raj?
But I think it's the Big Bang Theory guys.
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Oh, so that's not an old reference, yeah.
Yeah, Leonard, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Raj rings a bell. That
Yeah.
feels like, yeah, okay. At the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, so
Wow.
it's not an old reference, it's just a bad reference.
What a nice...
Well, sorry, that Judgy, it is the #1 sitcom in...
Hey,
in
Bare Naked
America.
Ladies. They sung
Bare
the theme
Naked
song.
Ladies do the theme song.
Come on.
But I was more complimenting them on the amount of money they made from it, not
Yeah.
the quality of the show they were on. But where's Keith Hernandez? He was a famous baseball player from like the 80s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was on Seinfeld.
I knew the Soylent Green reference, though, because that's
I don't
the best
understand
thing.
that one.
That
What's
was
that?
Charleston Heston. It was one of the movies he made back in the 60s about, like, the future and how they were, like... It's probably going to happen now because of coronavirus. They're going to just, like... They were killing people and making the people into the
Soylent
food.
Green?
Soylent Green was the food they ate. So when he found that out, that people were getting made into food, he was like, "What? Soylent Green is people! Soylent Green is people!" And it ended right there on his like body screaming, and the end credits came down.
Oh.
Yeah.
What movie was that?
Soylent Green.
The movie's called Soylent Green?
I think so. Isn't
Sounds like a bit of a
Isn't it called
spoiler.
Soylent
I
Green?
haven't seen that, but if you need me to be more of a fact checker, I can just have my phone.
Yeah, I mean...
I think it's called Soylent Green. Yeah.
I wouldn't be against
We
the
used
fact
to go.
checker. We throw around a lot of falsehoods on this
Dude,
show.
when we were in high school, because we watched that in high school, we used to go around to like in the mall and stuff and be like, "Gap is people, Gap is people."
Really?
It never worked, but we laughed really hard. It was cool.
Sounds like
It
a
was a
very
good time.
high school thing to do. We used to go through the drive-thru at like McDonald's and be like, "Can we get a burger?" Or geez, what a terrible story already. We'd go to like the drive-thru at McDonald's and be like, "Can we get a Whopper?" And then be like, "Ha ha!" and drive away like we were so funny.
You guys got McNuggets? Well, that's Burger King.
Your references in high school were from like 40-year-old movies?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Killing it with your Charlton Heston impressions in high school.
We did a lot of Hitchcock too. A lot of Hitchcock.
Really?
reference. No, I don't know.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
we're like, "There's so many birds outside. You guys better run."
Everyone's like, what the hell is this
Yeah.
guy talking about? Alright, what's the next
So this
review?
next review, it's going to be a 1-star review.
Another 1-star. They're all
another
1-star.
Another
except for
one coming at you for the Smokehouse Restaurant. It is a 1-star from Chris Y from Los Angeles. He has 8 friends, no picture. Put a picture on. You might get a little extra friends. He gave it a 1-star, November 23rd, 2019. Very recent. He said, "No soap in the bathroom. I mentioned it to the staff, but they ignored me. Napkin at my table looks like someone wiped a booger on it."
And we do have the picture up here. Let's go to the audience. Does that look like
Let's go
a
to the
booger
audience. Is that a
to you
booger? Let's go. Over to you, Mark.
I mean, it's a pretty tiny booger, but it could be the remnants of a booger. Possible blood.
Possible blood. Here at the Smokehouse Restaurant.
You don't want to see any sort of stain like that on an all-white napkin or tablecloth like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ignored him.
Yeah.
That's another common theme. People are getting ignored
It's
a lot.
because they were dressed in black, and she was like, "You
Yeah.
can't see me now."
Yeah, it reminds me of like Tobias from Arrested Development. Like I could just see him emerging from the shadows of the smokehouse.
I blew myself, like whatever.
Okay, what's
great.
the next one? That booger one. I don't leave reviews really, but if a place had a booger, that would be enough for me.
You know what's a good
to-
trick? Well, not the booger trick, but don't go to the restaurant if there's boogers on it. But usually if the napkins have the name of the place on it, like there's this place in, I think it's Downey, it's called Stevens Steakhouse. It's like real old school, like, it looks like an old Vegas like nightclub.
Okay.
But the place is really good. Good lobster, good steak, and the napkins are very super like nice, and it has their name on it. So that's when you know if they're cutting costs on the napkins, you know the place isn't good.
Yeah.
It's a nice trick.
They might have the names on it here, just you can't see
It's just
it.
you got the
It's
boogers.
covered in boogers. You don't know. Okay,
Here's the next one.
I gotta tell you a funny story real quick here.
Okay.
Madge and I were in Denver last week, and we ate at this really awesome place called Watercourse, a great restaurant in Denver. And she found a little bit of plastic wrapping in her mashed potatoes. So then the server came over, and we were like, "Hey, I hate to do this. The meal was delicious, but we found some plastic in the mashed potatoes." And the server's like, "Oh, really sorry to hear that." And then he said something after that, and I couldn't hear that well. It was pretty loud.
Uh-huh.
And I assumed he said, like, "Do you want me to take that off your bill? Do you want me to give you a discount or something?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey, man, I'll leave it up to you. We're pretty chill, whatever you decide." But what he had actually said was, "Do you want dessert?" So he was like, "Do you want dessert?" And I was like, "We're pretty chill, man. I'll leave it up to you. Whatever you decide." He was so confused. But then when he brought the bill, he had taken the mashed potatoes off. I think I confused him into submission. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what this guy's capable of. He's not making any sense.
But then he boxed up some tiramisu. He's like, "I think they really wanted this tiramisu. I don't know."
He seemed pretty chill.
He seemed pretty chill.
Here's a 1-star review from David S. He left it on February 17th, 2020. Recent once again. He said, "Thank you for zooming in."
I gotcha.
Yeah, you're so considerate. "This was the place I got married and the place my wife and I dreamed about going to for weeks before our anniversaries. So, this year's anniversary was such crap. Now that I think about it, the last brunch was totally crap also. We're so sad. This really was the place of our dreams. The Cheetos garlic bread was cold, late, and a little stale. I think it came from the discontinued French rolls from Ralph's. We're a broke youngish couple. That's how I know. The steak was burned, then raw. It's kinda amazing. Not good, but really cool to look at. Anyway, sorry for the long rant. This place was worth having to save up for 2 weeks to cover the bill. Now I have to go home and finish cooking the inside of steak so I don't go to bed hungry and broke."
Cheer up, Charlie.
Sorry, David, you might go to bed not hungry, but you're still going to be broke,
Yeah.
man. Cooking the steak's not going to help with that, but...
I love how he said that right here. It's like, it's kind of amazing, not good, but really cool to look at.
That's like real, like...
It's like if the
silver
waiter came over and
lining
was like, "How are you
somewhere.
feeling?" Well, the view is great, but
Yeah.
the food's horrible.
I did like that. He seemed like he's trying to be positive about it, like, cool
Yeah.
to look at, but... I mean...
Now, was this a typo? Is it cheesy garlic bread or Cheetos garlic bread?
Well, I don't think they call it
Because that's
Cheetos.
Delicious. If it's Cheetos on
I think
there,
it's-
I'm going there. We're going after this.
Mike, how many bad reviews do you need to see here, man?
But it's
You
Cheetos
just
garlic
gotta-
bread.
yeah, all you've seen is the word Cheetos. Afterwards, he said it was cold, late, and a little stale.
Hey.
Don't be blinded by the
Like
Cheetos.
my last relationship. Ba-da-da-da. Cheetos garlic bread. Come on. That
Just
sounds
go
great.
get the discontinued French rolls from Ralph's. I don't know what those are, by the way.
Yo, look, I'm an East Coast guy, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen. So I get the nice like Del Bono rolls, and we get the nice Amoroso rolls back home. That's the whole difference of like cheesesteaks and stuff. out here compared to the East Coast because it's all about the bread because the way they make it and they bake it with the water and all that good stuff. But I recently went viral on my Irishman. I made an Irishman meme.
Yeah.
And it got on like Italian comedy, which is cool. I'm like, it got like.
What did it get on?
It was on Italian comedy on
really?
on Instagram. I got like 30,000 views and shit.
Oh, wow.
So I got like all these Italian followers. I got like another like 100 followers because of it. But I did this thing. But I got a roll from Ralph's, and within a day it was like hard as a fucking rock. And I just videoed it and I was bashing it against my sink, right? And I was like, God damn it, I missed Del Bono's, and I threw it. And one of the Italian guys that were following me, and he's like, you're a grown-ass man playing with food right now. You should be ashamed of yourself. People are starving in the world. And I was like, I'm obviously a comedian. Why? Do you want this day-old Ralph's bread? What do you want, buddy?
Do you feel now that you have all these new Italian fans, you feel like you're going to start acting even more Italian?
I mean, they're on quarantine now, so it'd be cool if they watched all my videos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now they're locked in, so we have a nice big following in Italy now, I guess.
Are they from Italy, these people?
I think
they're
so.
not just Italians in
The
America?
one guy, yeah, his stuff was all, he messaged me in English, and then, unless he did like Google Translate or something and just sent it to me, but called me like a little kid for playing with my food.
I like that though. That's like a real Italian thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, people are starving. You're a grown-ass man playing with your food. Who do you think you are?
He's got a point.
And I'm
not shitting on
I
you.
just left it and deleted the message.
I do that too, yeah. I don't even respond. Just like, get off. No negativity here.
Cool, man.
Here's a question, dude. Did you end up eating the bread?
No.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it was hard as a rock, dude. I couldn't even go into it.
Okay.
And it was only a day old. Those French rolls are really, all right, I'm not going to I might go for the Cheetos garlic bread, but, I might eat it up,
Okay, what's the next review?
Nuka
There's nothing you could do? You can't, like, warm it up or something to...
You can in the microwave, but then it gets all rubbery, and then you kind of cut it, and it's just weird after that,
Okay.
There's no coming back from, like, stale bread.
Cool.
Which is on a t-shirt somewhere.
Okay.
All right, this next one is coming at you from Robert N. from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Can I get a look at him? Can you click
beautiful
on
headshot right
He's
there.
got the backwards. He's a real Bernie Sanders.
Is that Bernie?
guy.
Look at that guy.
With the backwards chair. This is a cool older gentleman right here.
Look at that.
Yeah, as soon as he's like a cool substitute teacher kind of coming in, letting the kids know. We're on the
Listen,
same
I'm a
level
cool
here.
guy. I'm going to pass these tests out, but you don't got to do them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so he gave it a 5-star review on January 17th, 2020, almost like a month and a half ago. He said, this place is right out of a Dean Martin movie. Food and service, stellar, superior menu, and wine list.
Yeah, so you see there's not a whole lot funny about that, but I said we got to have some positive. So I just wanted to put that one in to show that all the stuff that people say is negative about it, there's still some people going in there and saying, hey, cool, this feels like a blast from the past.
Yeah.
So, some people like that.
But you go for the aesthetic of it all,
Yeah, some people aren't looking around for,
yeah,
hey, where's Keith Hernandez or whatever the hell that guy was talking about.
Uh-oh, Raj is coming in or whatever. Big bang.
Okay, what's the next review here?
Right, so let's pull up this next
the thing
one.
is, Dean Martin probably did hang out there.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
You ever been to the Dresden Room?
Yeah.
Dude, that place is... They filmed Swingers there.
That's why I went. First time I
me
came
too.
there. Yeah?
I didn't know that Sinatra and Dino used to hang out there all the time.
Really?
There's pictures of them in the back that used to hang out there too.
I love that
They
you
hung
call
out
him
all
Dino.
over. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Real Italian.
It's Dino, baby.
Yeah. He's got...
Mambo
Dean Martin's got one of-
Italiano.
What's that?
Mambo Italiano. Hey,
Is that his
Mambo.
song?
Yeah, he sang that.
Oh, okay. Did you know? You
Unless
guys
he
know
did a
that?
cover
He
of
did
it.
sing that.
He did a
I don't
cover
know
of
much
it.
about Dean Martin's songs. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I know him I know he sang and everything, but I couldn't tell you a single Dean. I know a Dean Martin quote, and he said, "I feel bad for people who don't drink, because when they wake up in the morning, that's the best they're gonna feel all day."
Oh,
That's a Dean Martin
look at
quote.
that.
It's a beautiful alcoholic quote right
That's a
there.
great quote.
Okay, here's the next review from Carrie B, and she is here's another one of my favorite things about LA. People on Yelp, they got the headshot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every picture is like, it's not, the guy who was just up there from Grand Rapids, he kind of had a cool headshot with the back of the chair. But anyway, here's Carrie B. She
Definitely
left
his first headshot, though. What was your first head? My first headshot, I was in a chair. It was weird.
My first headshot
I was on a little tiny circle chair, and I was like leaned over.
Was
like in
that
a
your
dress shirt.
idea, or did somebody
No,
tell
that
you to
was
do that?
that was the chick that was like, you should sit down. It'll be great. And I'm like, 18.
I did it with a guy in Toronto who was a friend and charged me $400.
Oh my god.
Which isn't that bad for like professional headshot, but
Not really a
looking
friend,
back,
though.
this was like this guy screwed me.
It's not a
and
friend price.
I had exactly, a fake friend, but I had a book that said how to be funny or something, and my eyes poking out above it. That was one of them, and then the other one was, that was my idea, and then the other one was also my idea. I had a fedora at the time. I still have a fedora, but I did at the time as well, and it was me like holding the fedora in front of my face with like my eyebrow up. That's still up at a comedy club in Toronto called Absolute Comedy.
You wore a fedora for a long time, didn't you? Even when you moved out here?
I've owned a fedora, but I've always been afraid of wearing it.
I
It's
thought
always
you wore it before.
I wore it for 6 months when I was in Australia because I was on the other side of the world, and that was the first time I truly felt confident wearing it.
Okay.
And I remember
You're down under, baby. Come on.
when I left Australia, my roommate who I lived with there, this girl Jessie, she was like, "I'm gonna miss you and your Canadian hat." She called it a Canadian hat. I'm like, "Oh no, the hat's not Canadian. We're not wearing fedoras back in Canada." But yeah, that's
all she thinks is Canada. It's just all people wearing fedoras and stuff.
Yeah, fedora confidence is a whole different type of
Yeah.
confidence. You know,
I can't do it. I don't have the head for hats even. You know, I can't pull off a fedora.
Nobody should wear a fedora, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's weird. I just when you see
There's
somebody
some
in a
guy listening
fedora,
right now.
I
He's
just-
like, "Well, son of a bitch."
I shouldn't say that because I just think it's a hard thing. Immediately, it's a statement, but if you want to make a statement when you leave, that's cool. When you leave the house, I mean.
Yeah.
I think you could pull off a fedora, man. Go full. Do you know one of these
Stop, will ya?
motherfuckers?
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Okay, here's a one-star review of November 27th, 2015. Is it my turn to read?
That's you, baby.
Yeah, you had the nice positive one.
Yeah.
I had the worst Thanksgiving of my life here last night. I ordered a drink at the bar, and there was an angry old man eating dinner at the bar who was very annoyed that my friend and I were ordering drinks next to him. He called me the C word twice, told me to F off, and called me a bitch to the point where I started to well up. Then he made fun of me being upset. By now my hands are shaking and I'm visibly upset, yet the bartender did nothing to stop this man from verbally abusing me. This went on for 10 minutes, and for 10 minutes the bartender did nothing. After we got our drinks, I reported it to the front desk, and they didn't do anything. The man then storms up to my face an inch away and calls me the C word again. I had to back up because I thought he was gonna hit me. I yelled for a manager out of fear for my safety, and no one came. The guy finally left. A half hour later, the manager came to our table to ask what happened and to offer us a round of drinks, which never came.
Dude!
Yeah.
How do you get in like a fight, like a verbal fight like that for 10 minutes and nobody does anything?
Yeah, this place is just, they were all in their little black shirts hiding in the shadows.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, what I
It's
also
so funny
love...
the manager finally came over and then he's like, "I'm so sorry that happened. Let me get some drinks." And then he just went back to hide.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't get him drinks.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you better actually bring the drinks.
Yeah.
And then you can see what words this girl... What was her name again, Mike?
She was
Carrie
B.
You can see what Carrie thinks is a bad word because she won't say the C word, she won't say the F word, but bitch, we're coming right out with bitch.
Yeah, she's coming right
That's
back.
not the B word.
Yeah.
But the
Man.
C, calling someone the C word?
Dropping the C? And we're not talking about Corona, you know. If you're taking, if you call someone the C word twice, that's a start of an argument.
That's
like
that should be the end of an argument when you get punched in the nose.
But I mean,
you know?
like, even saying like anything, if you say, you know, if you drop the C, it's over.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
in the UK, it's a term of endearment, I believe.
Oh yeah, they do say it a lot.
I don't know about term of endearment, but
Yeah.
it's not. But it's not quite.
I
it doesn't
love
hold
you,
the
you
same
cunt.
amount of
You
weight.
know. Whatever.
Yeah, good
Is that a good accent? Oh, can I say that? Bleep it. Bleep it out.
It's fine. You were speaking in jest.
Yeah, it was a character I'm working on.
But yeah, so the managers, that's also a theme that the managers don't do a whole lot. to
Yeah,
help
that's
the club.
crazy. It sounds
What's
like
the next review
Applebee's.
here, Mike? We got two more. We got
we
one
got
more.
two more. We got
You're
this
doing it,
one.
and then we're dipping into the unrecommended section.
Oh, baby. You know we're doing that on our fucking final fucking... I don't know why I cursed right there. It's a fucking final episode of season 1, baby. Next one coming at you is from Rick S. from Lancaster, California. 0 friends. He probably drops the C word a lot. He's given it a 1 star on December 14th, 2019. He said, Love this place, but late night staff sucks. Waited 45 minutes for a glass of water. I have been a loyal customer for 40 years. Work at Warner's and think the owner needs to know her bar staff is rude and lazy. Victor Giorgino said seen men kissing in men's room also. Very disgusted and place is so nice. I am going to leave my number. 661-523-4373.
Now, Mike and I were having this discussion off air before we started. This man seems older, right? He's been a loyal customer for 40 years and he's disgusted by gay men. Would it be rude to call him?
We gotta call him.
No,
You want to call him? You want to call him right now?
You gotta call. You want me to call?
Yeah, you can't call
You
him.
can't put that on me.
You want to call him? Want to pull out your phone and call him?
You call him. I'm the one saying I think it might be mean. If
My
you
phone's
think-
my phone's recording us right now.
Oh,
Hello,
it's
ladies
not
and gentlemen.
convenient.
Come on.
I don't
you
want
want to
this
call
guy
him?
to have my number.
All right, Elena's got it. Come on.
You're actually gonna call from your
Yes.
phone? I worry about what people are capable
Say that
of.
it's
I'm scared of
do
people.
star 67. Do old school.
Just
Yeah.
tell him does star 67 still work?
I hope so.
But what are you gonna say is the question.
Just say hi.
Hey, Ricky.
Hi, this is Victor Giorgino's wife.
Just read your
I worry about this stuff. People worry me. I'm a lot more scared of people as a comedian than you might think.
Yeah.
I like big crowds where I can just but to actually talk to someone one-on-one on the phone?
You want to throw him on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Ask him why he left his number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He gave out his number, so it seems like it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
This
I
is the
love
very
it.
first time we've ever
Elena
called
Fisher,
somebody.
ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Elena.
Hi, this is Rick. He's not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording,
Yeah, let's
you
do
may
it.
hang up or press 1 for more options. To send a fax, press 4 now. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Yeah, hey Rick, how you doing? This is Victor Giorgino. I just seen your Yelp review. It seems that you love the place, but you're seeing a couple men kissing all over and stuff. I don't know what's happening in our men's room. It's been crazy. But I know you've been a loyal customer for 40 years. I want to know if you want to come in sometime, maybe like Monday or Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday or Thursday, maybe even the weekend if you wanted to. Just come in for some Cheetos garlic bread. I hear it's pretty good. It used to be stale, but we really stepped our game up a little bit. Give me a call back once again. This is Victor Giorgino over at the Smokehouse restaurant here in Burbank. Come on in for a cocktail. You know what I mean? They're on the house. I'm just kidding. You're gonna have to pay for them. Hey Rick, you have a wonderful night. Okay, thanks so much. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Victor, give me a kiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll see what the repercussions of that are. You keep us posted if you get a phone call back. Thank you for taking the bullet on that one. Yikes!
Live show, baby.
Wow. Okay.
I
That's.
love it.
But I mean, Victor Giorgino, you think works there? I feel like him and Victor Giorgino are regular. I feel like either him or Victor Giorgino are one of the people who was saying the C word to the previous
Yeah,
guy.
he definitely was. Yeah.
I feel like I just got a feeling.
He dropped a couple F's.
Okay, here's the final review, Mike. After
Final
the
review.
first time we've ever called somebody on the show.
Yeah.
First time we've seen somebody leave a number, though. I think.
Yeah, no one's ever done that before.
That's very trusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is public.
I'm gonna leave my number here on Yelp.
And that's all he said to him. I'm going to leave my number right here. Why? What are you doing, Rick?
Okay, here's the final review, and this is in the unrecommended section. And if you don't know by now, that is a section of Yelp where you have to go to the bottom, click on like very light gray writing. They don't even want you to see this stuff for whatever reason. Somebody said something inappropriate, whatever the case is. Here's Sherry F. from Burbank with her unrecommended review. It's a 1-star review from April 28, 2017. I just left the Smokehouse restaurant after having gone there for lunch today. I sat at the bar in the only seat available. Unfortunately, I sat next to a man who felt perfectly comfortable with spitting his chewing tobacco into a styrofoam cup immediately next to me and my food. The continuous sound of spitting is what first caught my attention. He pulled his chewing tobacco container out and set it on the bar. He was obviously a regular as he spoke continuously to the bartenders and waitstaff by name, and they were aware of his spitting. In fact, they gave him the styrofoam cup. I wasn't quite halfway through eating my sandwich when I realized exactly what was happening. I immediately lost my appetite and couldn't continue eating my lunch with him spitting only a few inches from my food. I asked for my check and asked the bartender if he was aware of it. While asking the bartender, one of the waiters was standing next to me. The bartender said he didn't know. I paid my bill and turned around to leave. After walking a few feet towards the reception area, I turned around and saw the waiter whispering in the ear of the man chewing the tobacco. I asked for the manager, spoke to her, and she went to the bar only to return to say there was no styrofoam cup on the bar. She asked if I wanted a refund. I told her no because I was so disgusted I couldn't get out of there fast enough. As I work within walking distance, I sometimes eat lunch there, and so do my coworkers. I won't be eating there again, and after today's experience, I wouldn't encourage anyone else to.
Oh my god.
I love that they just gaslit her. They just like there was never a styrofoam cup.
Yeah.
You imagined it.
Yeah.
That's the most disgusting thing.
It is, dude.
Like, nobody
Yeah.
is doing anything to the regulars there. They're calling people the C word. They're spitting into cups
Yeah.
beside people eating.
You know what though? They might nothing against like, this guy. You shouldn't be chewing tobacco in like a restaurant because people are eating and you're spitting into a cup and it's just disgusting, I used to have that happen at the casino a lot when they do, and you weren't really allowed to have chewing tobacco, but if they were tipping me, I would let them do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm not going to make this guy leave when I'm making money off of him, you know what I mean? And plus he's spending a lot of money.
Mhm.
So these people might be spending a lot of money at the restaurant,
Mhm.
and that's why they're letting them do it. And if they're regulars, they like, they've been there for 40 years, like Rick S., you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, but it's still disgusting, man. It's like the same thing. It kind of goes under the category of like smoking. You can't smoke in restaurants.
Yeah.
Chewing tobacco is disgusting too.
I got kicked out of a pool hall in high school for chewing tobacco.
You chew
Spitting it.
tobacco?
My buddy Nathan did, and then I would do it with him the odd time.
Yeah.
I only did it like 3 or 4 times, and 2 of the times I puked. And and one time I was the backup catcher on my university baseball team, and I was trying it for the first time in like 5 years, and I didn't think I'd get called into the game, and then our other catcher got hurt, and I had to go in, and I was so dizzy after chewing tobacco. The first pitch that I caught, I just like fell backwards onto my ass.
Did you catch it though?
I caught it, and then it like took me down onto my ass. It was hilarious. The whole team knew that I was all woozy when I went out there. Chewing tobacco is no joke, man.
Yeah,
Cuts into
I never
the gum.
did it.
Oh man,
You're
it
such
gets
a
you
like a
messed
manly
up.
man though. You know what I mean? Like you would have
Yeah.
chewing tobacco,
Yeah, I didn't chew it.
A baseball player just like chewing the tobacco. You're like,
But I
all
didn't
right.
do it right, and I would like swallow it by accident. It would be
Oh,
coming
yeah.
down my face. It was not a pretty sight. I'm not.
Oh man.
You think I'm a manly man, Micah? You know who is a manly man? Victor Giorgino.
Giorgino, baby.
That was my favorite review of the episode, Mike. We're all
Yeah?
done the reviews. I gotta go with what was the guy's name who did the Victor Giorgino one?
That was Rick.
Rick.
S.
That was my favorite review, just for the balls to put your number out on the internet.
Yeah.
That either shows that you're a complete badass or you don't understand how depraved the internet is. And I'm going to give overall, I like these reviews. I think Ben Affleck's probably pissed off that they're telling people it's his favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Or is it Ben Affleck or George Clooney? Can you look up Smokehouse Productions there, Mike, and tell me if it's George Clooney or Ben Affleck's
Smokehouse Productions.
production company? Whatever it is, so many people mention that we came here because they
Don't
said-
look at that picture yet. That's the next episode. The next episode. You got a glimpse of it.
Oh, it's George Clooney. It's not Ben Affleck.
Smokehouse Production.
A funny picture just came up that you'll understand when we do the next episode. It's not just Mike.
It's not just me. I don't have weird browser history. It's really for the next episode. We're still live, baby.
It's George
still
Clooney.
What if it wasn't? I'd be like, well, fucking. There's some weird stuff happening in the bathroom of the Smokehouse restaurant.
It's George Clooney's production company.
Oh,
Smokehouse
gotcha.
Production.
Okay.
And yeah, so I think he's probably upset that they keep telling people that. Oh, and
Gotcha.
there's also valet. And
Yeah.
one person said when you drive in, the sign says $3 for valet, and then
Oh.
they flip it and it says $5.50. So when you're on your way out, and you're like, I thought it was $3. Like,
Oh, dude,
yeah,
that's
right.
awesome. I always thought of doing that, just putting a booth somewhere and trying to get money from people to do valet. Just
Yeah.
random places.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
In LA, it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then,
they got-
you might be able to, you probably will get a wreck because you're taking people's cars, I guess.
That's true. You are taking people's cars.
Unless you just tell them to park there and charge them like $10, you know what I mean?
But again,
That's
I'm
probably
too
a good
scared of
thing.
people. You got one guy who gets mad at you for doing that. Game
Yeah.
over, man.
Yeah.
Overall, I like these reviews. I'm gonna give it Can't go 4.5. I don't think. I'm giving it 4 Victor Georginos.
Oh, okay, or Victor Georginos.
Yeah.
I liked our first dude, man. That was my favorite. Dirk D. Coming at you. He was coming at you with the 20-something PAs hitting on him, and quick piece of advice with the Cougars bathing in the river of Chanel number 65.
Mhm.
That was my favorite one. Started the episode off really nice.
That one blew my mind because it seems like there's a lot of old people that come here. Yet he said there's 20-something
Yeah.
PAs. When he said 20-something, do you think he meant there was like around 20 of them, or that they were in their 20s?
I think they're in their 20s.
Yeah, that's what I
The
think too.
20-something
It doesn't
PAs.
seem like the best place to come to pick up as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
It's like old, and like I said, I've been there. It feels like old.
It's
like
old
it
style.
smells like a nursing home. For real.
And chewing tobacco. It smells like
Yeah,
both.
exactly.
Well, my favorite was Dirk D. I got to give this. I'm gonna give it 4 Soylent Green as Peoples.
Soylent Green as Peoples.
4 Soylent Green as Peoples, because I love that reference to it. Even though
I
it's
can't
an old
believe
reference.
not only did you know the reference, but you used to quote it in high school.
Yeah,
Which were certainly not the heyday of
Yeah.
Charles Heston.
yeah. Nobody really got it except for like our 3 friends that had to watch it in high school too. So
Okay.
it was cool.
Well, that's the end of our first live episode ever.
Dude, that was thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.
That was a year and like Mark said at the top, it's an honor and a privilege to do something with your best friend for about every week for 52 weeks,
Every
man.
week for 52
People
weeks.
don't commit to stuff out here. We know that.
True.
You know, and
one
it's
of my
hard-
longest relationships.
It's hard,
For sure.
yeah, and I'm happy to be in it. You know what I mean?
Me
Where's
too.
my fucking ring? I got you a ring on the Irishman episode. I don't know where my ring is.
I didn't know that was the kind of deal it was. I thought it was just a nice gesture. I didn't realize we were keeping score here.
But no, it's
I'll get you something. I'll get you something.
No.
Remember, I got you a gift when I thought it was your birthday, but I wrote it in my calendar wrong. And it was a month away.
That's great.
See, I was ahead of the game.
You're a sweet guy. But it's been a year, man. It's we had you had this idea. You came to me, and we wanted to do it. We fleshed it out, and now we're here a year later. Season 1 is done,
In the bunker.
and in the bunker, live from Burbank. The first podcast ever recorded in the bunker,
Mm-hmm.
and
We're gonna do one more. So this is the end of season
Yeah.
1, the beginning of season 2. We're about to film
Yep.
and record right away, right now.
Yep.
But before we go, Mike, can you give me one last, your Charlton Heston? Is it Charlton or Charles?
Charleston.
Charleston.
Charleston? It
That's
is
not
Charleston.
true either. Charlton.
Charlton.
Charleston's the Charleston Chew.
Oh, Charleston Chew.
Charlton
Heston.
Okay.
Charlton.
Charlton.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this live episode. And to lead us out of the episode here, Mike's going to give us our best Charlton Heston.
Reviewing reviews is people! It's people!
Fade to black.
And the best people, thank you so much for tuning in every single week for the past 52 weeks.
That's right. Thank you, guys.
Come on, baby. That's the best. Thank
Catch
you
you
so
next
much.
week. Catch you next season on Review and Reviews. On
Season 2.
what's the name of the podcast?
Review it. Review and reviews.
Thank you very much.